Hey, welcome to the Acting Career Expert Studio. My name is Dan Warner. Today we are going to be talking about auditions. Can they change your life? Can one audition change your life? I think you probably know the answer to that. We're going to jump right into it. Before we do, you got to visit the actingcareerexpertstudio.com. We are days away, man. It's going to be fantastic. Sign up for the wait list now. Go there, and there's a little wait list. You put in your email, and they'll put you on the wait list. Over 50 video workshops and more being added, live Zoom coaching, Q&As, templates, audition tracker to find out your booking and callback percentage, career tracker, templates, on and on and on. Everything you need to take yourself from, I don't know what I'm doing, to working actor, or I'm a working actor and I want to work more. It's all there. But let's talk about auditions, how we get there, how we get to be a working actor, and can they change your life? And the short answer is yes, obviously. Everyone who's wildly successful had that one audition that changed their life. But I think what happens to some of us who have been doing it a while, or maybe some of us who are new and are getting little auditions here and there, and they don't really think that it's, gosh, this is 2 lines, this is 5 lines, this is whatever, not worth my time, or okay, it's worth my time, but God, I wish I got something bigger. I wish I was the lead in this. Well, there are times where small auditions, and a lot of times, not just times, a lot of times, small auditions will get you bigger auditions and will get you bigger parts. Here's an example. Friend of mine, Jorge Garcia, I don't know if you guys know who that is. Look him up on IMDb. Big guy, long hair. He got a little tiny part on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Little tiny part. He was selling weed to Larry David because Larry's father, I think, had glaucoma. I don't remember the whole story, but I think Larry's dad had glaucoma. He was selling weed to Larry on the street. It was a really short scene, couple of lines, little tiny co-star spot. I'm sure the audition came in and it's like, weed dealer. Like that was probably the title of his name, weed dealer. Not a name, like I'm the weed dealer. So, and this was years ago when weed was not legal. So, basically a criminal on the street, 2-bit hood selling weed. Okay, he said, yeah, let's do that. So the 2 guys who were the creators, producers, and I don't know if they directed any of them, but the creators of the TV show Lost were big fans of Curb Your Enthusiasm. And they happened to be watching the night that Jorge Garcia, who had a little tiny co-star spot, was on Curb. And the story is the guy's laying in bed and he sees this scene and thinks it's hilarious, loves Jorge, and the little tiny bit that he did, calls his producer friend, says, hey, you watching Curb? He says, yeah. He says, you see that really big guy with the long hair selling Larry weed? Yeah, I saw it. It's pretty funny. He goes, yeah, we got to call that guy in. He goes, call him in for what? He goes, I don't know. I don't know what, but we got to call him in. Okay, so they call him in. Cut to Jorge Garcia is a series regular on Lost that went on for I don't know how many seasons, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Huge show years ago. Jorge now owns a home in Oahu where they shot Lost, and then after that was the lead in another TV show, I think called Alcatraz, or there was some sort of other TV show that he had done where he was the lead, and it all started from a little tiny co-star spot, weed dealer, on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Every audition, man, can make a difference. I went into a DirecTV audition, and I've told this story before. I went in years ago on a Saturday. I didn't want to go in because it was Saturday and I'd already gone in for DirecTV, and I didn't want the part that I was reading for. I wanted another part, and I become the DirecTV installer 20 commercials over a 2.5-year period, giant campaign, 6-figure money, changed my life. One audition for a satellite dish company. They weren't as big as they are now. They put me on the cover of the Hollywood Reporter. One audition changed everything for me. Kelsey Grammer, household name, unless you don't know who Kelsey Grammer is, then of course he's not a household name. He goes in for a tiny little co-star spot, couple of lines in a little sitcom, a little well-known sitcom called Cheers years ago. And so he goes in as Dr. Fraser Crane, sits at the bar, says a couple of words, and leaves. That's it, co-star spot. Well, they call him back a month or 2 or 3 months later and said, hey, we want you again, come on into the bar and sit down, and we need he was a psychiatrist, I think, or psychiatrist. So they call him in again. So now he's like, oh, I got a recurring spot on Cheers. Cool, popular show, sitcom, set in a bar in Boston. So he does that. And about a month later, they call him in again. They said, hey, how about another one? He said, oh, yeah, sure. Comes in. Cut to the next season. He's a recurring guest star now. He's in there all the time. Cut to 2 seasons later, he's a series regular on Cheers. He's there all the time. Cut to Emmy nominations. Cut to spin-off show, Frasier, that wins Emmys and goes on for seasons and seasons, changed Kelsey Grammer's life. Had his own show. Little tiny co-star spot on a little sitcom called Cheers. Wasn't popular at first, as most sitcoms are not. Every audition, I'm giving you 3 little examples, 1 commercial, 2 TV shows, and different paths to get there. You don't know. You have no idea what that commercial audition is going to turn into. You don't have any idea what that little TV where you're playing the weed dealer, you don't know what that's going to turn into. You have no idea. Things like this happen all the time. Every audition has the possibility and the potential to change your life. I know that's a bold statement, but it's true. So treat them that way. Treat your auditions as if this one could change my life. Can't cuss on YouTube, but you know what I was gonna say. So treat your auditions just like that they could change your life. And now this. Okay, here's the deal with all my free videos here on YouTube. I've been a working actor for over 20 years, and I've been a coach for many, many years as well. And I put together these videos to flatten the learning curve and take some of the trial and error out of becoming an actor. Like if you're brand new and you don't know where to begin, or if you just started acting and you want to, say, brush up on some technique, you can just come here, learn from the techniques that I've used to get work as an actor. Now, these are techniques that I've used over the years. They're not opinion and they're not conjecture. They're things that have worked for me. And since the pandemic, acting coaches, gurus, and the like selling online masterclasses have sort of come out of the woodwork, and most have little experience. Not all, but most. They're usually actors who have a few credits. Some were never even actors. They were in some other form of the business or some other branch. So they just don't know what it's like to actually go through the entire process of booking a job as an actor. But what they do is they give you some generic fluff, acting buzzwords, and then they charge you money for it. That's not right. Okay? You don't want to spend hours practicing the wrong information. Otherwise, you'll just get better at doing it wrong. If you have general questions about becoming an actor and you want to know how to get started, or you want to refine a technique, I want you to be able to come here and find out for free without paying anybody for it. That's very different from what I do on my paid site, the Acting Career Expert Studio site, with all the workshops and the live Zoom coaching and all the other stuff I have. What I think has value about what I do is that I will teach you step by step how to become a working actor, including but not limited to how to choose an acting coach, how to approach an audition, what to avoid in the industry, which is important, how to improve your self-tapes, what to expect when getting a call back, and the list goes on and on. What that does is that prepares you for a career as a working actor. That bit, learning how to best approach the industry and hone your skills with a workable plan, that I think is worth paying for. Now, if you agree, I'd love to have you join us at the Acting Career Expert Studio, which is going to be live very soon. Very excited about it. You can go there now and join the wait list. But if not, that's fine too. Don't pay anybody to explain how to become an actor. Just watch my videos here for free. Enjoy.